The best war to wage is when the enemy doesn't even realize they're at war. This is as true today as ever. Also when the wars are multidimensional that we are fighting. After experiencing the dark and light forces in the unseen world, I participated in a few Ayahuasca ceremonies to explore from within the unseen. The journeys were, to say the least, eye-opening. So stay tuned for this gruesome affair. I drank ayahuasca to meet the demons tormenting my life. Here's what I saw.
Finding yourself in the talons of an owl in the shadows of the forest moonlight. It's a gruesome affair.
Things got kinda crazy towards the end of 2019. I knew there was something about this world, something unseen, something I wasn't seeing, at least at that time. Some kind of war going on that our eyes can't see. I could feel it. You probably could too, if you let yourself. It's real. I didn't believe in demons yet. I thought it was just an analogy. The world had not yet been hijacked by them, or maybe it had, but things got crazy as the launch of 2 Weeks to Flatten the Curve approached. There was a lot of excitement in the demonic realms. We would soon find ourselves cast out of our normal past into a world where you can be shamed for not wearing a mask while buying breakfast at the supermarket. Crazy, right? Synchronicities were starting, or I was starting to notice them. The first time it happens, you think it's a funny coincidence. Later, it gets so frequent it becomes part of life. Numbers, codes, cryptic text messages. Looking back at the hotel you are staying at and realizing it is called Wake Up, literally. Then come the songs. You Google the lyrics of songs you've known your whole life, and suddenly, the words have new meaning. Some songs, like Stairway to Heaven, reveals its meaning to me in stages. Now, I get it. I get that these words were channeled. I get why Jimmy Page lived in Aleister Crowley's house. I get it. Demons, angels. There was a time I didn't think they were real. Then the world changed and I realized they are very real. And everyone has some, and they operate all over our realm. Our realm seems to have time and distance, but their realm doesn't have this. They can move around freely, but they cannot do things we can do, like interact with our 3D reality. Some say it's a hologram. When I say some, I mean like that declassified CIA document that showed that it is indeed a hologram. What it is isn't the point. The hologram is real and we're here. The demons are here too. There's angels too. It's all going down right now in this theater of experience, a battleground, a happening, a scene. You, dear listener, are an integral part of it. You are not an observer. You are a participant. All the world is a stage. Your soul came here on a mission. The demons are here to stop you in your tracks. God has a plan for you. So do the demons and their master. Things got surreal running into 2020. It hit me. This is real. I was besieged by demons. I was scared of them. Fear. It's a killer, a thief, a destroyer. I didn't understand them. This is why I am explaining it to you. How it works. How they operate. I was on some Reddit forums and had some direct messages, conversations with other users. One told me that people who have suffered abuse get fractures in their soul, and the demons can take advantage of that. They can possess a person. Another told me that it was reptilian possession. The situation is that they are interdimensional beings that feed off people's pain and misery, and that they are operating with calculated precision in our realm to create these emotions in people as fuel for their existence. They are spiritual parasites. I was told that the mass epidemic of narcissistic personality disorder is the result of the reign of these dark energies, but I had not unmasked the demons in my life, the demons in past lovers, friends, family members, and just about anyone, including people that you never meet but think you know, like celebrities or politicians. Do they look like reptiles? Do they look like black pterodactyls or dark praying mantises? Do they look like some kind of H.G. Geiger artwork inside the body of people who are out to make your life a living hell? My meditations yielded some help, but I just wasn't breaking through enough to get some solid answers. I asked others, but didn't want to trust random people on Reddit to understand what demons are and how they are functioning in our realm. So I signed up for an ayahuasca ceremony in December 2021. It was in New Hampshire, just 4 hours north of New York City. I'll cut to the chase. I saw the demons that were tormenting my life, and now I know what they are. Each ayahuasca journey was 6 hours, and I did 4 journeys, and I covered a lot of ground. Too much to summarize in this format. For this story, we are here to talk about demons. When I first entered the fractal world of ayahuasca visions, I was greeted by the late and great Terence McKenna, who welcomed me and told me he knew I would come eventually, and it took me long enough. Next, I was greeted by Jesus Christ himself, who reminded me of his struggles in life and that this is the game. Every man has his cross to bear, every woman too. He told me a lot of things, but being that there was COVID restrictions and mandates, Jesus reminded me that his government actually killed him, and I would have to deal with whatever craziness our current government is thinking is a good idea for their continued control. My Jesus was very cool, by the way. When I first met him, he was his archetypal, biblical, robe-wearing Jesus. But later, he was just cool in jeans and a baseball cap, and is quite a jokester and cool to hang out with. At one point, I went back to Terence McKenna, and I was discussing ayahuasca, dimensions, good and evil, art, and what it is to be human. At one point, Terence said, "I take it as a huge compliment that you would rather speak to me than Jesus." He was kidding, and Jesus being Jesus and pure love, no grudges. He is just cool and wishes us all joy and understanding. So there was a very evil person in my life, and I wanted to see what she looked like in real life. By real life, I don't mean the 3D time-space, but the spiritual sense. So with Terence McKenna and Jesus by my side, I saw her, and to my surprise, she looks exactly as she does in 3D. She is not actually an evil praying mantis or reptile. She is just her. Behind her evil beauty is a little girl who just never got the adequate love from her successful and very busy parents. Yes, she now bears the evil smirk, but it's just her. This was less of a shocking vision than I expected, but then bang, her demons were exposed. It was like that scene in Pet Detective where Ace Ventura comes home and his apartment is seemingly empty. Then he announces he is home and all the animals come out, like enough animals to fill a zoo, and the apartment is overcrowded with every imaginable animal that could possibly fit in the room. This is what her demons are like. They hide. But when they show themselves, there are so many, and they move so fast and are dynamic. She parades them around everywhere she goes. She knows they're there, and she hides them. They comfort her. It's easy this way. What do the demons look like? In my vision, they are like small animals, but instead of an animal, it is like a fuzzy black nebula. It's dark and shimmering, and the forms are not quite circles, but not quite animals either. I see them like really fuzzy jackals. Their energy is vibrating, tingling, and dark. They are translucent on the edges. Like a nebula, your eye cannot focus on them because there is no clear focal point. But I did see them, and this is how they represented themselves to me. Also, you can feel their energy. They are malicious tricksters, devilish jokesters, and it is their joy to deceive you and pull you away from your path. They are like devious little hustlers. She smiled and smirked and acknowledged that, yes, these are her demons. They are like an evil entourage. It is like a woman walking her 5 dogs in Central Park, but in this case, she walks with her dozens of fuzzy evil demons, interdimensional, and they don't need leashes. The demons like to trick you into things. They are persuasive. They want you to be distracted, and even better, they want you to self-sabotage anything good that is meant for your life. A person can cull their own demons anytime. All they have to do is stop feeding the demon energy. This will take self-discipline and inner work. They have to start listening to their heart. They have to not be deceived by the demon's trickery. This will frustrate a demon. And if it goes on long enough, the demon will leave that person alone, although the demon will pop in from time to time to give it another go. Temptation. Jesus showed me a trick. He took a demon and set it down. The demon looked like a little black cloud about the size of a large cat. It was dark, glowing, and buzzing and shimmering and like a small pitch black cloud of the evil world. Jesus looked at me and said, "Watch this." And he touched the demon with his index finger. As soon as Jesus touched the demon vanished completely into thin air. It was just gone. And then Jesus said to me, "Cool, right? But they can always come back." And then the demon reappeared. It was like a video game respawn. It takes personal strength to get rid of the demon and keep it away. The little jokesters get exuberant when you fall for their ploys, and disappointed and frustrated when you show personal power and don't actually fall for their trickery. Demons have different vibes. Some are fast, dynamic, and nasty. I did see some nasty little demons with a little narcissist I know, a human smirker who parades her demons around our realm, and some of her demons have sharp teeth and let you see them. It's like a little black shimmering cloud that somehow shows you a sharp set of very white teeth. Other demons are not so cunning, but are more just big and heavy. I describe another demon I met as a heavy black beanbag, like those beanbags in America that serve as some kind of chair, big and plopped on the floor. Such a demon doesn't have the dynamic nastiness of the others, but rather is heavy and wants to make that person it infects heavy too, and slow. The empowering part about this vision is that the demons have zero power over you or any of us. They are clever pranksters, always up to evil, and have plenty of time and energy for their devilish calculated schemes. That said, they cannot make anyone bow to them. This is where free will comes into this play. In this theater of experience where we all are, call it 3D, call it Earth, call it the collective time-space reality, the demons cannot actually touch, move, or do anything physical. They can only influence people. It's psychological. It's spiritual. But they need our hands to carry out the actual evil acts. This is why they are parasites, like the horsehair worm that infects a house cricket, causing it to go insane and commit suicide in moonlit water so the worms themselves can reproduce. This is what demons do in humans, only it can be much more complex, and in some cases, much worse. Like that trick Jesus showed me, you can zap your demons anytime you wish. It is not easy. It takes personal strength and self-discipline to commit to serving your higher self and not the short-term ploys of the demon that torments you with short-term rewards. Some grow to love their demons. It's just easier that way. They can come up with a narrative that justifies whatever destructive or sabotaging behaviors they are acting out. One thing about demons is you can only cull your own. By cull, I mean kill them or kill a few of them. You cannot cull another person's demons for them, just like you cannot do push-ups for another person. That would be ridiculous. No matter who you are, you have to do your own culling, and other people have to do their own if they choose to. This is simple but forbidden knowledge. And the good news is that once you know, you realize that fear has no place in dealing with demons. All you have to say is no.
No, 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 no.
And fill your time with light instead of darkness, or more of your time with light and less of your time with darkness. As a new era and new earth unfold, I wish all of us to understand what demons are and that we don't have to live with them any longer. They can go back to hell where they came from. And when we refocus our precious time and energy on our sacred purpose, we will be living with less shade and more shine. And the next step is to realize that the unseen world not only has dark forces trying to sabotage your purpose, but also has light beings trying to guide you to your own personal heaven. After my ayahuasca journeys, I said to my friend Beloved, that is her actual name, that I was disappointed that I did not meet any angels on my 4 journeys. She laughed and looked at me and said, "Justin, you were greeted and guided by Jesus Christ himself on your first journey."
Guided by Jesus Christ himself on your first journey. By Jesus Christ himself on your first journey. Jesus Christ himself on your first journey. Christ himself on your first journey.
To my forest friends, thank you for listening to another horrible tale. Dusk is a time of transition. It is an owl's wake-up call. And as the shadows grow longer and darkness takes over, the only thing to fear is fear itself. Be still in the storm, and I promise you, you will be safe. Please help this channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by ripping at the subscribe button and scratching a comment. I read every single comment scratched here, and I look forward to visiting here on the Smoking Owl Tales channel on another night very soon. 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 On another night very soon.